properly late one, I know. Let's get this line down. I do apologise to those who missed it because I'm so late. It happens. It's a Friday. Oh, it's been one of them days. What do you do, eh? Let's see who we get in. Oh, I swear that's not looking good. 1 second. Better. There we go. Because you're suffocating. Why are we waiting? We are suffocating. Oh, a new profile pic, Sienna. Just you and me. You know very well I had a bath. Dearie me. Yeah, steamy camera. That's what I get for having my phone in the bathroom while I'm in a bath. Right. Let's see if we can get all the chat on. Time out all who enter. Right, like this tranny needs to be timed out. Here we go, just timing out now. And bop, gone. There you go. No more from that strange one. Could you imagine? Oh, the trouble I'd be in if I timed you out for 5 minutes, eh, Sienna? Oh dear. We have somebody called Fink Jeddah in saying, I love you. I love you back. Thank you very much. That's a really nice way to come into the stream. Better than hello Epstein. Oh dear. Oh, I'm still a bit hot from the bath, but there we go. Let's see how long it takes for the family to join, I guess. We're getting lots of hearts at least. Yeah, I'm guessing that's you, Sienna. Is that you hitting that little heart button for me? Always appreciated. Right, I don't know, should I do a bandido? Did you trim your facial? I did, yeah. Is that your first time noticing? It's all nice and trimmed up. Yeah. Has to be done. It's been almost a week since I did it, so it was time. It'll be time for the hair soon enough as well. It's getting a bit on the long side, but it's okay. Wait, I've got my neat shirt on. Thank you very much. It does help, doesn't it? Oh dear. It looks like it's just you and me in the chat for now. I guess maybe a bandido. I don't know. Well, yeah, but my blue one's no longer your favourite one, though, is it now? I could go and swap, but I think you don't really want to see me in that anymore. I wonder why. Ah, dear. Ah, dear. I think I could find a way to make it your favourite again, though. Yeah. Right, I'm going to grab a bandido out and get that started. Obviously, we're going to have nobody in the stream because all it's going to be is my noggin here, look. So I need to get a few things sorted. So bear with me, actually. I'm just completely unprepared today, I will be honest. This is a really unprepared stream. I need to get the bandido out and the dad jokes. We will need today's dad joke, even though I'm sure Ellie won't be in because it's way past her bedtime. I feel like I've missed her today, but oh well, we can't see everyone every day, can we? I'm going to spin things around, try and set this up in a way that makes sense for a bit of bandido. There we go, that's pretty good. I like that. I'll get the chat set up and we'll get started. I don't know how long we're going to stream today for, to be honest. It's been a funny one. I've been back in touch with the insurance company, and I've managed to get the van reinstated as an open-ended hire. So I've no longer got a time limit on that of Monday, which is really handy. And they've also already agreed to extend me through another week. So I'm paid up here until Tuesday, but they're going to pay out some more money for till the following Tuesday. So it looks like I'm going to be here for quite a bit more time yet. Basically another week and a half at the very least, because I was talking to them today, tracing up about whether they've managed to work out a price for the van that makes more sense. Have they reevaluated? And I was essentially told that the engineer, who I guess was the guy making the price up before, has decided to send a field engineer out to the van to actually have a look around it and get an eyeball on it, which I'm like, did you not do that before? So you've had my van for all this time and you haven't bothered to even look at it? Crazy. And it will be interesting because he can't get inside at the back to have a look at the back. So yeah, that'll be rather interesting. He won't be able to confirm a lot of what I've said, and he won't understand what he sees even if he looked. All he's going to be able to see is a solar panel on the back, and that's about it really. He's not going to understand what he's looking at all. But there you go. Unless of course he decides he's going to break into the thing, which would be incredibly stupid. Hey, Gracie's in. Hi, Gracie. Let's have a little look. Chat on here. All messages. Let's see who else is in. Just Sienna. Sienna. Not that. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about actual Bandy Leather game. Oh dear. It depends how many people they have stay. I think I'm the only person here tonight. I almost streamed downstairs just because nobody else is about. So it's just the people who live here, the couple who live in the back of the building. But yeah. Oh, Grace is saying, do you know what my update is already? Don't you? Now, what's your update, Gracie? Remember you saying you were going back to A&E today to get checked out about your spine. I'll be honest, I've been fairly busy, so I haven't really checked all my updates, and I haven't really checked my channel for comments and stuff. Sometimes I just don't get around to it, to be honest, Gracie. It takes a minute to get through them sometimes, so I was in a bit of a rush and I just came straight on here. Yeah, very late tonight, Gracie. I'm calling to make a booking, says Sienna. I'll keep the ganja to a minimum though. I don't know that you need to book a room, Sienna. You could just let me know when you're outside. I'll sneak you in. It'll be fine. I mean, technically the room is booked for two. It's just me at the moment. Ethan will be back soon enough. I'll say this much for this place. They have been flexible with me and they've been very good in that sense. So, a little bit of the Bandido. If I put that there, it's going to give me an idea of where you guys can see. There we go. Lovely. It is what you said. What does that mean? No, I didn't say anything about giving up my bed for you, Sienna. It's big enough for two, Sienna. What are you talking about? Or are you saying you're bigger than Ethan and you wouldn't be able to fit in with me? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, service with a smile, that's for sure. I will say this much: Jess was a very smiley person. Is a very smiley person, and easy to get on with, for sure. Just taken women is not my cup of tea. I prefer my women single and ready to mingle. I'll go with that. Better 6.5 than the other. You hardly slept. Well, that's not unusual to be honest, Gracie. I'm going to close that off. There we go, we've closed the top part off. Just get it done. I don't really want to use that bit. I did do that. That's annoying. I'm going to do that, see what we get. Gracie, you're saying things in spits and spurts again. I don't understand what you're saying. You need to form a full sentence in the chat so I can understand what you're saying. You have to remember as well, your chat comes in quite delayed. So you might be referring to a sentence or a question I've asked a little bit ago. You still have to form it in a sentence so you can at least give me some context what you're saying. Because I've got, well, of course I'm not, and no, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't know if you're talking to Sienna even, so. Will that affect long distance driving, Gracie? I know you have dreams of being a lorry driver. I don't know. All right. We'll talk about lorry driving again. Okay. All right, I'm going to put that one there. Now them two work together. That's useful. Do that. You're not steaming because it hurts. What hurts, Gracie? Sorry, you've been losing me in the chat, Gracie. I really don't understand what's going on. Right, we're down to 3. That's pretty good. Oh, we have a closer. We'll get that used. Close that off. Go for that one. Just really hope that we get this closed soon. I'm going to go there. We've already used the C close. Here, we've only got one more left, which is a shame. It means it's less likely to come out. It would be useful right now. Are you still talking about your back, Gracie? Yeah, so what's going on with your back? You said you went, did you go to A&E today about it? Can I reach the ceiling in this room? No, it's like 12, 13 foot ceiling. I mean, I'd have to be maybe on the bed jumping to get that high. I don't know. I'm going to do that. It seems like a reckless move, but I don't really know. If I did that, that would surely be reckless as well. I'm going to do it. I've got ideas. I'm then going to do that. Okay. I'm then going to do this. Booyah. Close that one up, leaving us with just this corner here, which I think you can still see. Oh, you went to the ortho today? Okay. Well, well, I guess you can put your PJs on off for the stream, Gracie. I'm not sure what we need to know about your PJs though, to be fair. Oh wait, I can pull another card first. Let's see if we get something better than what we've got there. Nah. I'm going to go with that. Let's see what we get. Let's close that off. Keep it to 1. It's going to go off the screen, but it's just 1 for now. And we've got the closer. Easy as that. Boom. Job done. First win for Bandido. Lovely. Oh, you were hoping I'd try. You just want me to stand up. Sienna, behave. I know what you're thinking. I know what's on your mind. I'm as close to the edge of the bed as I can get, to be honest. I'm literally like knees deep in the mattress, essentially trying to get as close as I can to play the Bandido. Covering for you, Sienna. Right, Poz will try to get comfy. You get yourself comfy, Gracie. You'll be all right. It's a very quiet stream today, but that's my own fault for starting so late. And to be fair, like Fridays can be a bit hit and miss, especially if I start this late. I imagine a lot of people thought I wasn't even going to stream. Well, they'll probably get like Sparker over in the last 5 minutes going, I didn't know you were going to stream today, I thought you'd missed it. Like I thought it was pretty obvious to everyone, I'm going to stream every day. And if I haven't streamed by 11:30, you can guarantee I'm going to be on at about 11:30. I definitely like to think that if I was going to miss it for any reason, I'd send you guys a post out beforehand. We have Jerome in saying the truth is a subjective perception of reality. Indeed, I 100% agree with that. There is no such thing as truth. It's all subjective perception of reality. A very different thing. Everything you see, everything you experience, everything you think you know is actually made up by your brain. Your brain is one big prediction engine, and you don't even experience the world while it's happening. Mental, when you think about it. Mental. You're actually experiencing the world before it happens. Well, actually, you're kind of experiencing the world at the same time it's happening, but you're seeing what's going to happen after it's already happened, so to speak, because the timings are really tight. But essentially it takes a while to get to you what's happening, and so your brain tries to predict what's going to happen, like at the right time. But so whatever you're experiencing is essentially a made-up reality, what you think is about to happen. So you're essentially experiencing it from your time perspective, slightly in the future, but it's actually real time to everything around you. But then, well, that depends, because again, that's subjective, because like that's all relative to distance as well. Time and distance being linked. It's all very, very crazy stuff when you think about it. But we won't get too far into that. That's as far as you'll get me waffling about that this evening. But it is a crazy, crazy subject. Right, we're going to go with that there. I'm going to put that there. I like that. Set up for quite a nice little run of things. Interesting. Got a couple of these, and we got that. What can we do with these? Well, I could do that one there and get 3 up together up there, which I don't mind, especially now that's just pulled out. There we go. Yes, welcome, Jerome. How are you doing, my man? I hope you're well. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. Are you close by or are you far away? Oh, look, even Sienna's asking where you're from. Gracie's off for doing something. Giving it the ow, ow, ow in the chat. What am I going to do with this nonsense? I don't like any of these cards. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Might seem like a strange tactic, but we're going to give it a go. Right. For some reason, I need to move this way. I swear I'm not paying attention to what is and is not central here. Let's just put that there like that. That way we're a little bit more central to things and you can see a bit better what's happening. That's good. There we go. It's a break dance, yep. I assumed the same thing, to be fair. Ooh, Gracie's nothing if not a world-class break dancer. Random, but I'm going to do that because I've got a plan, which is to do this. Turn 3 to 1. How's that for a move? Gotta like that. Unfortunately, we're now stuck with bad moves. I think we're going to go with that. Turn it up to a corner at the top there. I'm immediately able to close it down, which we will do. And we can immediately close that down, leaving us just one here. I feel safe doing that just because we've got a couple of others that are wide open. Should be easy enough to deal with. Oh, I don't like this, but I can do that. And now I've got a place to put these, which is here. That's a good call. Oh yes, I could do that and then put the C close on it. Job done. We like it. Oh, we don't really want to play around with these, so let's just put that there. Let's do that one there. I know it's probably going off the edge. We'll just put a close on it. We're just keeping that as a single. I'm going to put another one on it. And another single on it. Just literally turning that around into all sorts of things. Right, then I'll put that there. This one here. Molly, if you were to appear on Mastermind, what would your specialist subject be? I don't know. That's a good question. The female orgasm. No, I'm joking. No. Right, we're going to close this one off over this end. We've got that one to close here, and then we've got this double up here that we're dealing with. I'm going to do that, gets the three closer together. I've got a corner one actually, I'm going to use that, close that off. Need some single closers now. This has kind of worked off to the edge. I'm fully aware that you probably can't even see what's going on there anymore. I do apologise. But we're essentially just working on a single run right now. So I've got one single, I'm just keeping it single. I think Gracie's dancing. Is that what she said? Did she say she's dancing? Oh, well, that will close that one off. That's good. Let's see what we get. We'll do that. Hoping for a single closer. We're going to keep it single. We don't like it at all, but we're working our way back round. That'll have to just use a closer up there. Now get them together as a double, which I like. I could do that and end up with 3. Don't really like that. That gets me 3, but in a corner situation. It's not too bad. If I did it like that, that gives me 4. I quite like, no, I can't do that though, it's not quite right, is it? No, so, I don't like it at all. If I did that, I can potentially do that. Yeah, I think that's what I've got to do here. I'll do that one. I'm going to do that. Oh, it's not growing well. This is not going well at all. Right. Hey, Chris is in. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. Chris back with the blue hair. You always want a cookie, Gracie. That's no surprise. Oh, I don't know what's happening with this game. This game is biting me in the buttocks. Right, what is going on? Whoa, this is tricky. I don't like it. I'm in some big trouble here. I might leave those and go for a C close, yeah. I'm just going to do that. That's probably highly risky, but... Oh, that won't fit on that inside one. That's annoying. I'm going to do that there. Actually, that closer now helps me with that. I'm going to close that off. Okay, that's not great. But we're going to go there. I'm aware that you probably can't even see what's going on now, but I did my best. We're going to close that one off. And that leaves us with just this complete mess up here. I don't actually know, I've got to rethink that. I might do that, yes. And then I can do that. Then I'll do this. And finish on that. It's getting crazy. I'm going to bring the camera back a little bit so you can see the game. It's silly otherwise. There we go. You can sort of see what I'm working on now. Oi, oi, oi. It's getting hectic. It's getting hectic in here. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm just going to do that, I think. Problem is, I don't know if I've got... Oh, I have got another corner. It's come out just then. Okay. Oh, it's not a death sentence if I don't get the right piece, but I'm... Oh, yes! Oh, wait, I've got that one there that needs closing off. Oh, I thought I had it there, but there was one more that needed closing. Ah. How rude. Right, we'll go with that. Okay. With that there. I think I'm off the screen again already. Oh, how annoying. Right, I'm going to single close that one I've just created up there. Oh, I can turn that into one, but the problem is I can't put that on it. How rude is that? But I can put that there. I'm still hoping for a C close. I think there's more C close. Yes! Yes, 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 the C close comes. Yes! Excellent, we're there. Oh, I honestly thought that was going to be a disaster. I thought that was going to be ridiculous. Right, okay. Chris saying not much planned, really just chilling, listening to music and uni work. Well, what? So it was architecture and something interesting. I can't quite remember the term of. Let me just. Oh, I can't remember the other term. Oh, that's just gonna bug me. Give me a second. I don't say it. Don't say it. It was architecture, and it was to do with like a particular type of. Oh, I'll get there in a second. Nah, my brain isn't in gear today. But it was architecture and something. What was the something, Chris? I forget. But it sounded fascinating. You say your dad grabbed you from the train station. It sounds like he abducted you. Since saying, I want a coat. What? Built environment, that was it. So, yeah, you never described to me what a built environment is. I need an example of this, Chris. You've got to give me an example. And Meg is in. Hi, Meg. Saying, keep away from my garden. You keep digging my grass up and taking a dump in it. Sir, you're not a cat. That sounds more like a thing a dog would do. I didn't think cats would dig up grass. They'll normally go for the loose soil. Or the tiny gravel. Oh my God, they love a little bit of small little pea shingle. Oh, they're annoying with that. But welcome back in, Meg. I hope you're well. I shall try my best to avoid your garden. So I don't know what you're going about milk. What on earth? You've had a fall now, Gracie. Have you not been looking after yourself? Hope you're doing all right. Right, let's get a dad joke done and out of the way. I'm feeling a little bit like, ooh, I'm feeling so sleepy now because I've had a nice long bath. I don't know about you guys, but I love a long hot bath. And that's what I've not long been doing. So I'm gonna proper relax because I deserve it this week. It's been a chaotic week. I don't think I've had a week this full of chaos in a long. Like I can't remember the last time it was this chaotic. I mean, I think it was less stressful when the boys were born. To be fair, but yeah. So dad joke of the day. I'll do it all the way from back here. This card is looking like a slight misprint. Right. It takes guts to be an organ donor. Oh, classic. Straight up one-liner. Thing is, it doesn't take guts. I mean, you might get completely crushed body. If your head's fine, they can use all sorts of things like your eyes and stuff and that, can't they? Damsel is in. Hi, Damsel. So Chris saying it's everything we build: cities, roads, park infrastructure, etc. Oh, I see. So it's like the stuff around that sort of thing, like that. So kind of like, it's weird because obviously, like technically a building is outside, but it has an inside to it. And I guess other things might do as well. But you're talking like built environment, like the roads and parks and stuff. It's all kind of like outdoors. It's not technically, everything isn't basically a building, I guess. Then, so what's your favourite thing to kind of work on, Chris? Like, as in like. Like I guess have you designed it? I assume like it's for projects for projects at least. You will have done some level of design. So I'm wondering what your favourite thing you've ever designed is. What's Meg been saying? Sinner, and you need to meet up. One day, I'm sure we will. I'm sure that's on the cards. I'll be meeting up with Sparker in the spring. Although I haven't heard from Tim for a while, and he's supposed to be joining us. He seems to have like basically be ghosting me a bit. I think he must be struggling. And I don't want to be pestering him and sort of going, Tim, respond. Tim, like don't ignore me. But he is definitely a bit AWOL at the moment. He hasn't been posting on his channel for ages. I don't know if he's maybe headed off for a bit of an adventure, but he's definitely seen my messages and just not responded. So I honestly don't know what to do about it. I kind of reached out to him a bit over Christmas, and he's a bit like wayward because he was obviously struggling. But I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do at this point. I can only hope that he reaches out at some time. But if he hasn't reached out by the time it's sort of organised with Spark. I mean, I'll sort of send him messages, try to keep him in the loop, but if he doesn't respond, I'll have to, I guess, do it. It'll just be me and Sparko, I guess. What about you, Meg? Are you ever going to come and join us? I do think like a nice group meetup would be good sometime. I've been saying, like, we've got quite a few people who watch from sort of like, kind of like basically near where like Gracie is. So kind of like that triangle between, say, Birmingham, Manchester, and I don't know, North Wales. Essentially, there's like that's this kind of like area there, which to me that's not like a vast area for people to be traveling like to see each other. I feel like we could do something in that area around sort of North Wales, or just the part that's adjacent to that in England, wherever, sort of in that triangle basically. I feel like we could do some level of meetup and get a lot of the family members up there. But asking about the crystal ball, love it. Gracie's saying, I'm struggling here too, and I'm still talking to you. I don't know if you're talking to me or you're talking to somebody else. Gracie, you've really got to put some context in your in what you're saying, honestly. Damsel saying, just up to Edinburgh. Kiddo wants to see the castle and Grey Friars or Friars. Bobby, what? So we might as well just stay a few nights and have some fun. Sounds like a great idea. Can't argue with that, Damsel. That sounds brilliant. I've already booked in some bowling for tomorrow for me and the boys, so we'll be doing that as soon as I pick them up from their grandparents. I will be shooting straight off and we'll do that. We'll probably stop in at the arcade for a little bit of fun too. I feel like we can have a little bit of a good laugh in that together. Gracie saying salop? What? Gracie, you've gone bananas again. Are you going for the Easter holidays? That's cool. How long away is that, Grace? It's Damsel. How long is that away? That's a little way, isn't it? That's like got to be. I'm guessing about 5 weeks away, something like that. Maybe 6. Gracie's saying, I've not slept for 48 hours. I'm tired and I can't think straight. Then go to sleep, Gracie. Jeez. I don't think there's any contacts going to my messages tonight. What? That doesn't make sense. Saying, Meg, you have piqued my curiosity. Do you appear here under other accounts? What on earth? Let me just read what Meg is saying then. I feel I've missed something. So, Meg saying it's a yes to, well, Meg, what does your crystal ball show? What lies ahead? Oh, I see. I think I'm getting the gist of that conversation. 100, Sienna. Okay, and then it says, Meg, you have piqued my curiosity. Do you appear here under other accounts? Huh? I don't know how Sienna's jumped to that. Okay. Chris saying, I really like designing museums. Oh, we finally got the answer. So Chris saying, I really like designing museums and galleries, spatial layout, natural light, etc. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. I guess there's a lot of thoughts in things like that in terms of, well, I mean, there's always acoustics, but I like in terms of like you say, like the natural light and everything and the layout, so that the art can be displayed in its proper like form, the way it's supposed to be like viewed and stuff. But then you also have to be careful because because I think like obviously some things like paintings, they try to keep the natural light away because it could obviously over time bleach them and stuff. But then you obviously want to be thinking about like if it is lit, how you're going to light it with like the artificial light and how that's all going to look. Yeah, I suppose there's a lot of things like that. About a million things I couldn't even think of, I suppose, which is why you're at university learning architecture. It's not like I'm going to bang out a museum with my knowledge. I can build a van, sure, or a shed, sure. I reckon I could even go as far as say I could probably build a house that would stand up the test of time, but yeah, a museum, I don't think I could design one of those. Jeez. Dams was saying she's 11, so not sure Sienna. Is there an age limit? What's this? What's Sienna asking? So that'd be fab. Are they at an age where they can go to the dungeons? Ooh. What kind of dungeons are we talking about there, Sienna? Mystic Meg saying this is my only account. Fair enough. You'll be the only person I know with one YouTube account, I will be honest. Pretty much everyone I know has at least a couple. What on earth? I already did the dad joke, Meg. It was not a good one. It was as simply as it takes guts to be an organ donor. That was today's dad joke. Bit limp. Got you two talking together. So, oh, modded chat. Just Gracie with an F, apparently. So Chris saying, I don't really drink, so making friends is harder, but I like my own vibe anyway. Yeah, I don't drink either, Chris, you know. I never have. I don't know if that's the same for you or whether you've had like drunk in the past, but yeah, I never actually like started drinking really. So it wasn't actually, it didn't really ever slow me down making friends though. I made plenty of friends at university. I hung around in the bars anyway. I was into pool, so you'd find me in the bar almost any time of day, as soon as it was open, and I'd be playing pool with people. And if no one's about, I'd just be practicing. I got really good at pool. I take it you didn't go to school then today, Gracie? Have you just went to the Orpho and that was it, or did you like do like maybe the morning at school? I don't know. And also, I wanted to just confirm something. I am. Excuse me. It's just very late. So, I seem to recall you saying that you go to a special school, like well, a SEND school, not a mainstream school. Is that right, Gracie? Chris saying, I got drunk once and realised it wasn't really for me. That's fair play. If you learnt your lesson after one go, you must be pretty smart, Chris. A lot of people take a long time to work out that drinking isn't for them. I'm not talking about people who actually have a problem. I mean, like actual, like, you know, I've known some people who just like got used to getting binge drinking at the weekend and stuff, and never really worked out until quite a while later that it was never a smart idea, and they always got themselves into some form of trouble. Dan was saying, I don't drink either. Last time I had one was maybe 12 years ago. Wow. I mean, the last time I had a drink, I'd have been single digits in age. And it would have been like a sip of my dad's beer or a little sip of wine at New Year's, because that's all I ever had. Like if my dad was at a party or something, and he might let me have a little sip. But that was a long time. I really was single digits when that happened. So yeah, I honestly can't remember how old I was, but I was really young when I just made the call, and that was that, and I just stuck with it. Meg saying, is Gracie and Chris the same person? My crystal ball says they are related. I don't know why you're saying that. I don't think they are. So saying, getting the balls in those pockets. Yep, that's true. I could handle the cue very well, if you know what I mean. Had good action. You know, it's a lot of practice, because essentially cueing action's a bit like sawing wood. It's all about keeping things in line. How you see? I got you there, Sienna. I know what you were thinking. Gracie says, nope, stayed home. Okay, that's fair play. I guess if you've been in a bit of pain, you didn't really want to go to school. So you had a fall yesterday. Is that what you're saying, Gracie? Is that what I'm understanding? Yesterday you had a fall. You had a bad back. Went to A&E, and then you went to the orthopedic surgeon or whatever today. Is that what I'm understanding? What's happened? Remember you going on about your spine being curved or something? Was that because of a fall or not, or what? I don't know. Chris saying, crystal ball, that's interesting. Well, it keeps reminding me of the Crystal Maze every time everyone says the word crystal. Did anyone used to watch, well, for the older people in, did anyone used to watch that? Obviously, the teenagers in will not know what I'm talking about. Well, actually, they did a remake a while back, but yeah, the Crystal Maze, man, that was, I used to watch that like religiously. That was a good watch. Oh yeah, of course I remember Mystic Meg from the National Lottery. Who doesn't? She was hilariously funny. I mean, like when it first came out, the National Lottery was like the highlight of the week to like watch. They did a really good job at that, but it got old really quick though, and they did lose their traction with that basically, which is a bit of a shame, I guess, but you know, it happens. Spooky bint. I like that word bint as well. Oh dear. Grace is saying yep to me. Yeah, I don't know about that one. It could have been never in my life, to be honest. What? Oh, you're talking about the Christmas, yeah. So it was the yep to like me asking about what happened. So what did they say at the ortho today, Gracie? Are you all okay? You checked out all clear or what? Oh, that was it. I had a question for Chris as well. So, like, how far are you into your course, Chris? Because do I remember right? I think do I remember thinking you said you were 19? So like you like in your, would that make you in year 1 or 2 or something of your course? Seamus is in. Chavi, good to see you. Very saying, instead it is what I said it was, and it should get better. What? Gracie, you're not giving context again. What is what you said is what is what is like. But it should get better. The swelling, not swollen, but swelling should go down within 3 to 6 weeks. No yoga or PE. Fair play. So you're on the mend, basically. It's just going to take a bit of time. That's okay. That's good. You just rest yourself up. Second year. Cool. So is it a 3-year course you want, I assume, or is it longer than that? And then the next question after that is obviously what you're doing afterwards. You're going to go for a postdoc, or are you going to do something else? Grace saying the swelling on my back should go down within 3 to 6 weeks, but no PR. Yes, I got that bit. I still have school on Monday. Hopefully, managing the car. Fair enough. Seamus saying you beautiful man / woman. To Sienna, I'm guessing. Yes. Wilma Dicky Doo. Dear, that's a good name. I like that, Sienna. I think I'll call you Wilma from now on for sure. Yeah. Chris saying it's a 3-year course. Oh, cool. When I was at uni doing MMath, it was a 4-year course. It was because it was MMath rather than a Bachelor of Science degree. But yeah. Oh man, those were the days though. Uni days. Wow. Too much time spent in the pub playing pool for sure, and definitely not enough time spent studying. To be fair, Sienna Oxlong. That only works if their name's Mike. It doesn't work for Sienna, does it? Excuse all the yawning. So Sienna's saying, as long as I can call you Fred Flintstone, something about a bedrock in there too. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, Wilma. Now, so you had Fred and Wilma, right? And then you had his friend, and was it Betty? Betty was the hot one. Yeah. Maybe I'll call you Betty. So what's Gracie saying? Properly soon if I can. You mean probably soon if I can, because exams on X months. What are exams next month? Are you starting your GCSEs next month? Are you, in terms of the actual exams, Gracie? Da, 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 da. And did you ever answer me about the? I don't know if you did or not, but because sometimes you don't give context. But did you say you go to a SEND school? And don't just say yes in the chat or no. Actually, like put a sentence in so I know you're responding to that comment. Crying out loud. Alien is in. Hi, Alien. Good evening. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Sweaty Betty. That was. Do you remember? I don't know if anyone ever saw Ugly Betty. I saw like the first season of that and then got bored of it. But that was a stupid show. Does Sienna lick a dick a day? I think she'd like to. And you say, hello, Manu, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm a bit tired now. It's been a long day. It's been a long week, if I'm honest. I haven't got much sleep this week because it's been so stressful and hectic and crazy. What with the insurance company messing me around, it's basically been a week of them doing nothing but stressing me out and then doing nothing for a whole week. And it stressed me out a bit again because I find out that they basically haven't even had somebody look at my vehicle yet. I mean, think about how long they've had this thing, and think about how I asked them not to take it, and could they just basically like assess it on the driveway before taking it? Because it would be a real hassle if they wanted to write it off, and I have to basically do this and stay in a B&B. But to be fair, it's just costing them. It's costing them. It's what can we do about it? So yeah, do you know what's going to be the funny thing? They're going to haggle me about a few grand, I reckon, on my on the cost of my van. And the thing is, the longer the haggling goes on for and all this nonsense, the longer they have to put me up in this, and it's costing them that way. So it's really, really stupid. But you know, what do you do? I thought Alien was from an entirely different. Oh, he's actually from Mars. I thought you were from a different solar system entirely, Alien. I feel jibbed now. I didn't realize you were just a neighbour. I thought you were, from somewhere far, far away. A galaxy far, far away. No, maybe not a different galaxy, but I did assume you were, a couple of planetary systems over at least. Seamus telling Sienna to drop it down low. How low can you go? Dear me. Right, I'm gonna pack this away later. I'm gonna bring you in closer so I can actually talk to you. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll put my feet up on the bed and we'll just get you guys in a comfortable position where I can. I'll wrap you around my leg. That'll do. And then we do that. There we go. Well, you're just gonna come forward now as well. I see. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Ugh. Stupid twisty arms that need to be put just right. There we go. That'll work. There we go. Do excuse me as I mess around. Well, we have loads of modded chat. What is going on? Okay. Why did that get modded after the fact? That's weird. Let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Yeah, I like that. That was a funny song. So saying, should we reciprocate with leg wrapping? I think so. And what on earth did Chris... Oh, well, I've got to change these settings. No, Chris actually did send a load of sickle signs. What on earth is that about? Let's turn off that auto translation thing. I hate that thing. Right, yeah, there we go. So that's me. I'm settled now. Apologies for all the moving. Beans and cheese, that's a great name. Remember the tea in the hotel? Great meal, mate. I appreciate that. What on earth? You mean the jacket potatoes that we put the beans and cheese on, didn't you? That's what you mean. Or we just having it on toast. Damsel's off to bed. Got a birthday party to deal with tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. Good night. Yeah, good night, and say hi to. Well, say happy birthday to your daughter for us all. We will be sending all our good vibes, but as we can't send presents, that's all we can really do. Can't wait to hear all about it. Yeah, we'll expect an update, Damsel, when you come back. You got modded for the word "it" and a star in there, Sienna. Sarah is in. Hi, Sarah. Sarah Syndrome. Bring the camera a little closer. Or like really, really close. See my tired eyes. I think that's close enough to be. In fact, I'll probably move you back a little bit. I feel like I went a bit too far with how close we got. Problem is, it's just really difficult because it's positioning. I don't know. There we go. That's all good. Lovely jobs. No, that's not even. That's a bit crooked, isn't it? That's better. Hey, Gracie's back. Beans and cheese saying we'll do it together. No, we'll do it again. Appreciate it again. No, but I don't know who this Beans and cheese is, but it's funny. Oh dear. Tony's saying, please can you start banning the underage people from this channel? I mean, the only person I know in this who comes to this channel who is underage is Emmy, and we won't be banning her because she's lovely, and you know she's doing what she's doing on her channel. It's all right, and she only pops in for very short times. To be fair, she's never in here too much, and we're way too late for her today. I reckon she's been in bed hours ago. Dear me. And how old are you, Tony? That is the question. Because here's the thing as well, I don't actually know anybody's age. So if somebody comes in here and says they're 16 or 60, I don't know. I don't know them. So all I ask is that you're respectful, and I just trust that YouTube is doing their job and making sure that, you know, people under 13 can't watch the streams because they're not supposed to be able to. And anyone who is in here, I just got to accept that they're going to see me being a fool most of the time. But we're not doing anything that people can't really see. I treat this like a public space, essentially, which means I'm being reasonable with everybody and doing what you would safely do anywhere. So I was saying, it won't stop them from watching, even if you ban people. Yeah, it's true. They can just make another account up. It's really not my job to police YouTube and figure out who should and shouldn't be in streams and whatnot. I'm just happy to have people here, spending the time with. And to be fair, the young people, like we have teenagers in, and that's fine because it's like that's the whole point of this channel, is to give people a place to come and spend time, whether that's young people, old people, middle-aged people, whatever. It's about inclusivity and not pushing people away just because somebody feels like they shouldn't be here. We're not about that here. We're about just including everyone and giving them some space. Oh, I'll check that out, Damsel. Thank you very much for posting something in my community. I love that when people post in my community. So yeah, I'll check that out and comment on it later. Good night, Damsel. You have sweet dreams. Seamus is literally after Sienna in the chat here. I think you two need to get a room. Ah, dear. I feel like a third wheel. Tony's saying it is inappropriate to have an adult man talking to underage girls without a protection monitor. What is even a protection monitor? And to be fair, I mean, I don't think there are any underage girls in here, to be fair. Not right now. There are, everybody in here is of age, as far as I'm aware. I think you're jumping to conclusions, Tony. And also, I'm not talking to anyone specifically, like it's a public space. That's a bit like saying that's like saying one of my 13 or 11-year-old sons, if they had a friend, like do you know what, actually this does, so sometimes in the past when I've been in the van just chilling out in Stockfold, right, the boys will just drag one of their friends in that they're talking to in the area, and every now and then that's like this little girl of their age, and suddenly they're dragging, well, not dragging, but but they've gone, come in, let me show you my bedroom, and they're just running in the van suddenly. And I'm like, whoa, like, hold on, boys, you can't just bring random people in. And I remember this time actually where they brought these two sisters, and I was like, have these girls even like asked their parents if this is cool? Like, what's going on? You don't just go into random people's houses and you certainly don't have them go into a random van, albeit a van life is one, without some level of like, nod to the parents at least. I was like, what on earth? Because these girls just walk around the town without even parental supervision, which was, I always thought was pretty reasonable to the parents, because the older sister was old enough, but the younger one, she kind of had to stick with the older sister, and they were pretty relaxed with it. Whereas there's other parents, they got really tight about that. So there's always a lot of different parenting styles out there. But yeah, a couple of times I was a bit uncomfortable. I had to sort of say, no, don't start dragging these people in. That's really weird. So yeah, because that's a private space. And that's a very different thing for me. And yeah. And Tony's saying young people are potentially at risk on this channel unless you appoint third-party monitors. What are you talking about? That's nonsense. Everyone in here can see that we're all good, and it's fine. I think if anyone in here was inappropriate, I'd mod them and had them off. You're too black and white with it, Tony. Honestly, this is a safe space for all people. So what's going on with Sienna and Seamus? Let's have a little look. Let's grab a coffee, Sienna says Seamus. Oh, Seamus making his move. Well done, my man. Confidence. We like a bit of confidence. Gracie's saying, I ripped my eyes with a cat hair blanket. What? Ripped your eyes? You mean? I think you've done a typo there. And we've got something kind of cool saying, what's your content about? Just van life in general, and what I get up to, really. Sort of wholesome family stuff, board games sometimes, Sometimes I'm out in the woods having a fire. A lot of time I'm just chatting with you guys like this and just shooting the breeze. So yeah, just random stuff. If you like that, if you like a chill place to come and hang out and get a little bit of chit chat back and forth, then stick around. Yeah, that's kind of what we're about mostly here, at least in the streams. My channel's got loads of my camping stuff because I did a lot of camping, and like hiking challenges and whatnot. But I've focused more on the live streams at the moment, just because I enjoy the live streams and chatting to you guys. Yeah, I think he was asking you on a date, Sienna. Chris saying the Greens second in the polls, just 2 points behind deform. You mean reform? I don't know. I'm not much into the politics, when it's Chris. So I was saying, LOL. So a teacher can't talk to its students. That's nonsense comment. Is that, Tony? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's one of those things where I was actually talking to Senna about this. I used to run an after-school football club, where basically all the young lads would just join in football, and it started off just me and my two boys after school playing football at the local park, and a lad who's much older than them, to be fair, he was like a teenager, and they were basically, I think neither of them was actually a teenager at the time, even was single digits, if I remember rightly. And he was like, I don't know, I think he was 13-ish, 14 maybe. But anyway, he comes up, can I join in? I was like, yeah, of course you can. And he's like, mum's over around the other side of the pitch, and it's like, it's all fine because it's, it's just a public park. So he joins in, and eventually his mum comes over, has a little chat with me, and we get to know each other a little bit. And then another kid wants to join in, and then and then another day he comes back and he joins again. Um, Before you know it, us and this kid Devon, we've made a regular thing of it, and other kids join us like ad hoc as they come. But then as it builds up, some kids start to get into it so much that their parents are dropping them off specifically, or they're letting them come and play after school, and they've asked me, can I keep an eye on them? And then they kind of like pick them up afterwards. And like, we built up, we had like 20, 30 kids basically playing. And it was just, like I say, just me at the park with my boys, pretty ad hoc, but the other kids just knew on a particular day of the week we were going to be there playing football, and if they wanted to join, they were welcome to join. And I knew most of their parents and had talked to them. Some of the parents played with us even sometimes. Quite a few of them would join in. There was like one young lad, Jamie. His dad specifically came from somewhere else. He wasn't even in a local school. He came, brought his son over to play, and he joined in quite often. It was brilliant, good times. But there was one dad who got right irate. He came down about 2.5 years into this. He did really irate, like full guns blazing, accusing me of like basically like enticing the like local kids into like spending time with me at the park after school, and it wasn't right, and the school shouldn't let it happen. I'm like, wait, the school's got nothing to do with this because it's public park, and also no one's enticing anybody. I like know all the kids. My boys are here. This is just a normal game at the park, and like, I mean, I was a bit offended at the time, but I realised the guy was just there, just making trouble because he'd split up with his with his obviously with his kid's mum, and the mum had been letting the lad come down and didn't have a problem with it, and I think he was just making a big thing of it because he wanted to somehow make her seem stupid for letting his lad spend time at the park playing football with his mates, because like literally just he was part of this group of like, I don't know, 8 lads who sort of like really tight knit group at school, and they'd come over all together and they'd join in. Yeah, and it was a bit of a shame because he wouldn't let his son play after that, and I was like, yeah, it's fine, it's your prerogative. If you don't want your son playing, I won't let him play anymore. But yeah, he had 2 boys actually joined in over times, and I could tell they were gutted. They were really gutted because they couldn't come and play with their friends. It was not a cool move. But yeah, some people just overreact to this stuff. I'm like, geez, public play. I mean, young kids should be careful on YouTube, and like, and parents should be like monitoring stuff. But I mean, it's not my job to monitor who is and isn't on places like this. I mean, I keep everything respectful, and people who aren't respectful will get the boot. Tony's saying he's getting people to message him via email. Well, yeah, that's true. I get all the adults doing that, but the young'uns are not allowed to email me through email. If they're what I consider a minor, they cannot. They cannot. As simple as that. And generally speaking, I like to get some evidence that they are actually adults before I start chatting with them. So yeah, I do chat to plenty of the adults from the channel via email and WhatsApp and all sorts now, Tony. But that's just the adults, not the underages. Yeah, there you go. Sienna letting you know as well. See, Sienna's one of the people I chat to plenty, and she knows full well I don't mess with the young'uns. If they message me, I tell them very clearly, no thank you, stop emailing me. Simple as that. Seamus saying, I'm Seamus Fandango, the first master of the universe. Wow, that's a hefty title. That might be true, Tony, if you're looking at a far enough space, but yeah. I think you're pushing your point a bit too hard, Tony. You're starting to bug me. Man, I mean, Duff protest too much, Tony. I feel like maybe you'll be emailing some people that you're not supposed to be. Who is monitoring your email? And then oh, you're getting old, Sienna. 33. My God. Too old for Tony, I think. Chronicle saying that's a crazy story you just told. Yeah, I'll tell you. I didn't even tell the whole story. I'm going to be honest. I've left the worst parts of it out, to be honest, because that guy was stupid, really stupid. There's some people are just ignorant and they get bad ideas. And I generally think actually. So I have a general rule, which is if people are putting stuff like that on others, it's usually just an indication of what they're like. So if somebody sees you doing something and they don't like it and they're like, oh, you're doing this because blah, 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 either they're inventing something up because they just want an excuse, but quite often, if they're thinking you could do something for a certain reason that's bad, they can only think that because they would themselves. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's been done to them enough that they recognize it, but more often than not, in my personal experience, people, generally speaking, are assuming of others what they would or have done themselves, and so it's like pot calling kettle black, essentially. So I just assume that when somebody's talking about stuff like that, it's on their mind for a reason. Tony's saying yes, I have my email address in my bio, Tony. That's right, because the adults are allowed to contact me. You're obviously quite new here, but I have a meetup planned with one of my viewers called Sparker. I mean, he has a real name, which I know because we talk a little bit on WhatsApp. And yeah, we'll be meeting up and doing a camp together at some point. I met one of my best friends, Tim, on YouTube because he's a YouTuber as well, and we met through the channel. I also met another friend of mine, Paul, who sadly passed away. Yeah, it's a great place, YouTube is, for meeting friends. Maybe you should try that, Tony. Maybe you should try like actually making some friends on here and not coming in stirring up stuff. Have you thought about that? I think you might find it's quite a fun way to make friends. Oh, we've got. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. So here we go. We have the chat back. I do apologise. We had a little bit of an issue. Hopefully that's all good. Sorry about that. A little bit of a battery issue. I didn't realise my battery had basically run out. So we have night mode on. That's really annoying. We have night mode on. That's really annoying. Oh, gold, it's shutting down. I do apologise. We've had several issues now. The battery power has been a real problem. There we go. Solid. All right. That's annoying. We were into some good chat on here, and I've probably put everybody off, and they probably thought it's over, we're going. Hopefully we will rejoin. Right. Right. Let's have a little look. Right, I'm going to go back into the chat a little bit. I've obviously missed some stuff. Let's just see. Right. OP saying, I am the milkman. My milk is delicious. Fair enough. And what is the youngest age you will reply to an email? My God, I just honestly, got Tony bloody well giving me something. Well, use your common sense, Tony. Yeah, I'm not sure whether Tony's been through the ringer, as you say, Chris, or whether he's just got his own suspect things that he's trying to stir up some stuff. Sarah's saying, Tony, what's up with you? Who hurt you? Yep, well, don't everybody jump on him, but yeah, he has been taking over the stream. But let's move on from that a little bit for a little bit, and let's try to change this up for some more positive stuff. I've let him hijack it too much, to be fair. Tony going, what's the youngest age person you will meet up with on YouTube? Well, basically, an adult man. Come on, Jesus. You, if you don't know how old an adult is, I mean, I'm not going to teach you any of this, Tony. Honestly. Yeah, sorry, Gracie, my battery died. I hadn't realised we were streaming for as long as we were, and obviously I hadn't charged it up as much as I thought. So, yeah, that gets the better of me. And obviously, I apologise for the audio. It's probably a bit worse because I've had to unplug my my microphone receiver, because otherwise it slows down the charge process, and it's obviously needs as much power as it can get. So yeah. Tony's saying something, but that's what they said about Jimmy Savile. I don't know what they said about Jimmy Savile. What I do know is nobody said anything about Jimmy Savile until it was all too late and it had all been done. But yeah, here we go. Wayne's saying, hey, Wayne's in. Hi, Wayne. Hello, mate. How are you? Do you know what time it is? I do. It's no longer yesterday. I know that much. But we're cracking on. We're cracking on. It was a late one, Wayne. We got started just after 11:30, and it's like whatever. Sometimes it's a really really late one. Tony, I don't be emailing young viewers. You are like a broken record, Tony. Honestly. Let's move on. How about tell me something about yourself, Tony? Where are you from? I'm in the UK. Are you in the UK? Maybe your views on this are different because you're from somewhere different. Because obviously, you look at the difference in like sort of like all sorts of rules in terms of how old you need to be to do different things. It's always different in different countries. So different cultures will assume to be an adult at different ages and all sorts. It's very open to interpretation, I guess. Some I think are well out of it in terms of like the ages. Like when you consider how young some of our kings and stuff and that have been, and how young they were back in the day, that's mental. But there are still countries that get pretty young with stuff like that, and like age of voting, age of drinking. Like the Americans, I think, have it right with 21 to drink. I think that's a pretty solid rule. But then like the French let their kids like drink like at a young age, if I'm right to think about it. But they teach moderation, like just a little glass of wine with dinner or something like that, and it's fairly common for lots of people to do that. So that's kind of like I don't know what the rule is over there, whether that's just a thing that they all do. And I know over here a lot of people ignore it anyway as well. So like they'll just let their kids have stuff and all that. Chris is off. Good night, Chris. You take care. I'm going to call it as well in a second. I'm obviously rubbing my eye and I'm getting tired. It's got to be done. Grace is saying, who is hurt me? That's the question. What? Gracie, you're talking like random again. I don't understand what you're saying. Tony getting modded because he's just bringing up this. God damn, Tony, honestly. I'm not answering your very specific questions because I don't like your questions. You want a weird witch hunt, Tony. I don't like it, and I don't really want to be dragged down in your little mire of weirdness. I've answered your questions and tried to give you some reasonable answers, but I'm not getting to like loads of sort of specificity with this. And I'm not. I don't mind hypotheticals when they're like the fun kind. Like, would you rather have robot arms or robot legs? Things like that. Bit of fun, little bit of a thought exercise essentially. But I don't like hypotheticals of like, oh, if this happened and if that happened and if that, I hate that. I hate people who do that. Oh yeah, but would you have done that if blah blah blah? I'm like, no, don't start doing this. It's like what has happened has happened. I did it in the situation. I either did it and then regretted it, or I did it and I was happy with it. I don't blooming know. And what I do going forward will be like learned according to that. I mean, geez, you just. Oh look, Tony's got more modded stuff. So I'm not going to read the whole thing out because it got modded. So. But he's going, stop trying to manipulate the conversation as if this is not my stream and I'm not supposed to like basically guide the conversation a little bit and whatnot. So yeah, I'm not manipulating anything. I'm guiding the conversation, Tony, and we are moving away from your weird line of conversation because you're making me feel uncomfortable, Tony. So you'll be modded soon enough if you keep making me feel uncomfortable. Gracie's saying, too tired. Should we call it a night and see? Well, yeah, we'll obviously be streaming later today because it's a daily thing. And although technically now is basically Saturday, me and Ethan will be back. So Ethan will be back tonight. That's a bit of news for everybody. So Tony, come back on my next stream, which will be this evening, and you will see that I'll have my son with me, and we will be doing some proper wholesome family stuff. Because what you don't realise, because you come in late, but we've been playing board games earlier on, which is how I start my streams, and only if it gets into a lot of chat do I stop playing the board games. So this is actually more of a board game stream and a family wholesome thing, while I have my lads on here with me as well. And that's the reason why we end up with some younger children, not children, younger people. So you're messing me up in my head now. I don't like it, Tony. But we have some younger viewers in here because I have my boys on and we play board games, and they sometimes join in. Now, you might even remember your younger days, Tony, assuming you're old like me. We used to like playing board games, or I still do, and we like doing things like playing Connect 4 with each other on here. So maybe you'd like to join us and play a bit of that if you're still here. I don't know if you got tired of being ignored and maybe you've left us, but yeah, we are a wholesome family channel here. So we have all ranges, and yeah, I'll be the basically. I think Sparker is nearly 60, so he's older than me. Tim is older than me because he is yeah, I think he's about 10 years older than me. And Paul, I think, is the only person younger than me that I've ever met from YouTube, and he is only younger than me by a couple of years. Well, he was when he was alive, bless him. So he was the baby of the group, and I always found it quite funny. He was the little bubba. Although that said, I have met a few other guys. I don't actually know what their age is, to be fair. I did so you can see on my channel, I did a collab with Mike. I don't actually know how old Mike is, to be fair, but we crossed the Peak District together. That was a good fun. Ex-military guy, he was solid. I kind of slowed him down a bit, to be fair, but he was impressed with my novice abilities. And obviously we did a massive group camp. We met up with like Tom in the tent, a couple of co-workers of Paul's, and we had a couple of other guys there as well. There was basically, I think, like 8 of us turned up. That should have been a really good event, and it was actually a really horrible event because we just got inundated with midges. That was my first ever experience of like midges and how bad they can be. So fairly wise words, Tony, about like, be careful about who you email and chat to on YouTube, and certainly don't go meeting up with anybody you don't know. What I will say, Tony, is I am very careful about who I meet up with, and we communicate beforehand, and I make sure I'm meeting up with who I'm supposed to be meeting up with. I don't just go up and turn up in some remote place with hoping that the random person I'm talking to is the person I'm talking to. There are catfish out there, and there are some seriously dodgy people out there. So Tony's fears are founded in some stuff, but obviously I am who I say I am, and people see my whole life. My whole life is on here at the moment, Tony. I've been streaming for every day, and if you want to go and watch all my other videos just to kind of track down to see what kind of guy I am, you can start on day 1 and you can work all the way up to this, which is day 150. What is it today? Is it 156? I think it is. But yeah, you can check out what my life has been like for the last, like, I don't know, almost half a year at this point. And yeah, it's all out there for you to see, and you can see who I've been meeting up with, what I've been doing, and all sorts. Easy as that. So yeah, I'm about as yeah. Rest in peace, Paul. Thank you, Gracie. Yeah, he was one of the best people I knew, and yeah, it took a while to get over that. To be honest, I struggled with that. It happened when I wasn't. That was before I was streaming, and part of the reason I got back into the YouTube, because I hadn't like completely given up on it, but I was just struggling to get back into filming and to stream and do anything. And I kind of just dragged myself through it after what happened with him. I was like, I need to get back into it. I need to make more of an effort and get back to connecting with people. And that's why I do the stream, actually, because it's a way better way to connect with people. And it's definitely proven that to be the case. And that's why I love doing the streaming, to be fair, because I love connecting with people. Regardless of what Tony's going about, there's actually a lot of good people out there. You have to watch out for the bad ones, but it's that kind of plan for the worst, hope for the best. Be very careful. But if you've taken all the care in the world and you want to meet up with somebody and you're sure, and to be honest, if you're young, probably don't be meeting up with people. But if you do, take an adult with you. Not that hard. Um, yeah. So I mean, I always say like basically, if I did a meetup, it'd be adults only, unless one of the younger people wanted to bring their parents along or something. Then that's all right as well. I mean, it's all good. So yeah, it's like one of those things. You It's a very case by case thing with that sort of thing, but there obviously are some hard lines. Um, yeah, but we'll definitely organise a group thing. I feel like that's got to be a thing we do this year. I've got to set something up. Um, but yeah, but we will have some. We'll have safety in mind on that for sure. I like how Sienna said that. Actually, I'm gonna read out what she's saying. Tony, safeguarding isn't weird, but making assumptions and accusations of someone you know nothing about very much is. That's exactly it, Sienna. Very wise. I like that. We have Acromin, give me the wave. Sorry, Acromin, this took me a little while to wave. You had Diva Fever, so I missed that. Uh, Saying some really random stuff, but fair play. Nice to have you here. Good night, Gracie. You sleep well. I hope you actually get some sleep tonight. I hope you feel better soon, and I'll speak to you soon, Sienna. It's been lovely today with you. I'm going to call it a wrap today. I think we've even tied out Tony with his nonsense on here. But yeah, it's been a funky one, but we've enjoyed it, I'm sure. I'll see you later on for the next stream as we've gone over the day marker. But yeah, for now, have fun.